background noise.
Yeah, it'll flag me for music monetized, and if it's Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, no, my friend was doing a live auction, and the guys were in the shop next door, and they had the radio going, and it picked it. Yep, and it shut down the auction.
That's why.
Because they're, playing copyrighted music. Oh, here we go.
All right, Frank. I don't really know what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna make an attempt to build a hot rod.
You're using a different technique, so that's the chassis from the model, and he's just getting the wheelbase off of that, which is a real excellent idea. I never would have done that. This way, you can put the model there, know where your wheelbase you want to set it at, and go from there. So that's why he's got the plastic model chassis on there.
So I pinned it and got the axle, got the wheelbase length pretty close to what I want. Should be off maybe a fraction. I figured save a lot of time eyeballing it to try to line it up. So I have pins in the back and front to for the length, but we already pre-cut the brass last week, and I gave it a quick cleaning.
This is flux, so I won't. It's a little. You just have to twist it.
Right. Okay.
And here's the brush.
All right. So
solder.
I've got the chassis unblocked, and
Frank, this is ready to go for you.
Okay.
Rock and roll.
Oops. Okay. So it's a little long, but we can cut. Oh.
All good there? Anybody hear us? Hope so. I think we're using the mic through the camera. You can do the rails first then?
Yeah, I guess we'll do the rails, right?
Well, you want to do the axle tube first usually. It's up
Oh,
to you. You do
oh.
go about what you want to do there. You
Oh,
wanna
okay.
set- You want to do your axle tube first, usually what I do. But I mean, if you feel comfortable.
Yeah, no.
doing that way,
That was me.
that'd be fine.
I said that's.
Just want to clean up your tube. Which you got the emery board or emery cloth there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotch-Brite. Just clean that up real good, and and then you're gonna need bushings. You have your bushings.
Yeah, I got more bushings.
And then you're gonna need an axle. You got
Having axles. Yeah.
Okay. Slip your axle in there. That way you have your axle in there, so it means the bushings will line up.
Okay.
It's best.
All
Then
right.
you can do that test and drop in the axle too when you clean it up.
All right. So.
Yeah, just put it on there and you put it in the middle of the box, right? On that center line.
Yep.
That's where you want to. So let's see. Dave's asking, "Hey George, question: why are you guys putting the flat rails flat? Why not standing the rails on end to end, look more like an actual chassis?"
Good question.
Well, that's up to Frank. If he wants to do that, that's a good idea.
Yeah, well, we're using the 8152 square tube.
Yeah, we're using 8152 square tube, Dave. I don't know if I'm maybe understanding that right, because it's like a tech, so sometimes I need to be shown stuff to get a good visual of what it means. Oh, you didn't realize it was square. You thought it was rectangular. Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, no, we're not using the 82. I know what you mean, Dave.
The
No, I got you,
8151.
buddy. You're right about that. You wouldn't want to put them flat. You want to put them standing up. I see what you're saying. Yeah. He's using the rectangle stuff, not the, the box, the square one, not the rectangle ones. Good point, though. If you're using the rectangle ones.
Come on, fingers work.
Yeah, it's just pinning everything so it stays in place on the side.
Okay.
You could pin that tube first, and then solder the tube to the bracket, and then you could put your axle in afterwards.
All right.
In your
Okay.
bushing.
All right. So we're going to solder the tube in first, and then the
solder that
bushings.
so it doesn't move around when you put
Right.
everything. I usually do that. Guess what? It's kind of hard to do when you have everything in there.
Yeah.
It's moving around.
This is.
And then you could solder the. Once you get that set, then you could do everything. Put the bushings in with the axle and solder and get the bushings in place. That thing moves around so much. We'll try to make your stream later. Oh, it's been about 6 hours from now. I might sleep a little. Hey, you're on the other side of the world there. Some guy named Bo Mama. He's been on the first in Germany.
Okay.
You got guys from Germany watching you.
Oh my goodness.
I'd sleep a little. Yeah, you need to sleep, man. Make sure I'm not too tired, man. Yep, I would agree. Mr. Bo. Bo knows. De Leon, how you doing? De Leon, Stock Car Raceway.
All right. Well, it's not 100% centered, but.
You can do a little measurement if you want to.
Well, it's probably not going to matter much because I can
Okay,
always
well,
make it
you
up.
can-
I can make it up with the spaces.
No, that's fine. Whatever you
No.
feel comfortable with, that's good.
All right. Well,
Thank you, Bo. Good greetings to you as well. We got flux and the iron's hot and it's ready to go. Turn it back on. Time's out. Okay. Here's the first solder. Here we go. And the cease scissor. There we go. Looks good. There you go.
needs a little more.
Just hold it on there and let the if you come.
I don't know if I have enough solder on it.
Okay, because you could also lay it on there and keep the heat on there. You can heat the brass as much as you need to, and it should go around the whole tube. Just gotta keep the iron on it, and you should be good. Should be good. Leon, it was so hot. Let's say you're sweating making a new video. Yeah, Bakersfield, it's over 100 degrees, dry heat. Yeah. I love soldering. Bo, has anyone seen the stream Horse Lock Car Dude yesterday? A beautiful 120 horse here, so that little chassis bed. Awesome build. Check it out. No, I haven't. I need to check it out. I know I have them on notifications. I don't know why it didn't notify me. I have some nice chassis in Germany. Some fantastic chassis. Let's see if I can find that.
Ooh, sloppy.
Take your time. This is it. So that should be the link to it, Bo. If I pick the right one, if that's the one you're talking about. Maybe this one too. I may have the wrong one, Bo. Here's the other one. Oh, yeah, that one. Corvettes. Yeah.
Oh,
Look,
this one needs a little more.
put more flux if you need more flux.
Yeah.
And on there, it'll kind of straighten it out if it's a little. If you think it's a little bit sloppy.
Yeah, it's not enough on the bottom. I can always fix that later with turning it upside down and doing it. Still not a soldering pro.
You got to leave the heat. You got to leave the iron on there a little longer,
Yeah.
Frank. Do that.
Yeah.
Because once you add, it's got to take time to build heat around that tube. It'll really do the trick. I'll be right back. Hey, Bo. Here's the chassis you were talking about. I got this from Germany. This is a Toyota
Wow.
124 digital.
Oh.
All right there.
No, just got to get a little more heat, I think. Didn't go all the way around. That sounded like it worked. Not the prettiest of a joint. Shouldn't go anywhere. Oh. Okay. Better than what it was.
All you're happy with it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Then get through the other stuff.
Yeah, well, that's a real bubblegum well solder joint.
Well, let's see. Let me see here.
It's a little warm.
So do this, Frank. Here's what I was talking about.
I think it's trying to get used to that tip.
Hold on a second. Let me get more flex. Oh, maybe this tip could be an issue. I'm not sure. But right there. See how I hold it on there and now see it's flowing?
Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
Okay.
You just got to leave it on there longer. It's nothing wrong with how you're doing it. You just got to hold it on longer. See that?
Right.
Now
Okay.
that looks way better. That's all you had to do, like on the top here. So what I would do is just put flux on it.
Okay.
And then hold
Just
it
hold
on there
that.
longer and just let it flow around, and then it'll really
That'll do it.
it'll flow better. Because if you're just trying to just dab it and leave it on there momentarily when you put the iron, you have to heat the brass in order for that flux to work. Once you do that, it'll look fine.
It'll be
You
fine.
just gotta keep it on there. So hold it on there and hold it. Just hold it on right there. Let it do the job for you.
Got you.
And you're gonna watch it. That's all right. It's gonna like start flowing. You'll see it, and it'll turn like a silvery, real silvery, shiny. You just got to give it time for the brass to heat up and work. See it doing it?
Yep.
There you go. That looks better. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is keep the iron on there longer. If you just tap it on there and then just melt the solder, but don't heat up the brass. See how much better it is? It won't allow it to flow.
Right.
And you can do it the same with the other side. That's the whole trick to that. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
I think the other side looks pretty decent.
So if you're happy with it, go for the rest of it. So it's fine.
Okay. Now. Oh. Hot.
Yeah, it's hot. You're going to repin it back when it cools off. It's pretty damn hot. What's up, Anfield Road Layout in the Loft? I like your title, man. I know what it is. I like it. Conquest Racing Club, but I don't see a birthday song. What's up, Marty? I see Marty there. After I got my lunch hour. Can't tune in for long. Of course, you're at work, sir. Totally understand that. We'll see how long it takes for Dusty to get here from Ohio. I figure it's like a 10-hour drive, is it, Marty? Or is it less than that? I have to look at my map. Ohio to Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
At what part of Ohio?
Chillicothe, it's like 2 hours from Cincinnati or an hour and a half from Cincinnati. Chillicothe is the name of the town.
Yeah, was that in relation to Columbus?
Possibly. Oh, I think it's 6.5 hours. Okay, 6.5 hours. So, Marty, is it near Columbus, Ohio, or closer to Cincinnati? Which is Chillicothe closer to? He'll be able to answer that one. Because that I don't know.
Oops, I should have made that longer. Oh well. Learn by mistakes.
See the fingers? But sure, I know what you mean. Geez, I didn't know we were that close to Chillicothe. It's only 5 hours from High Point. So they're in your. Yeah, they're like south of Columbus.
South of Columbus. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounded familiar. I used to go to Columbus quite a bit for
So near Washington Courthouse.
shows.
Washington Courthouse, that's where the DC is at, where our company has. Circleville is the next town, Lancaster to Columbus. Man, I didn't know he did that, so it's 5 hours. From where I'm at, it's a 7 hours later, but I'm thinking it was 5 hours. From Charleston. And it's coming through Virginia. Well, 5 hours and 28 minutes is the fastest route. Yeah, there's a race going on in Wilkesboro. Florida. Yeah, I just saw that. That's really close, Morty. I thought it was like 8 or 9 hours, not 5. Shit. I could go down there in a day and stay for the day and then come back home. That's not too bad. Or come the next day. Back home. Are you getting hot or
Yeah, I don't know.
put more flux? A little bit more flux.
Just not doing well today.
That's alright. Gonna add more flux in with me. I'm only 3 days away. I'll see you Thursday for dinner. We just need the iron on it and let the heat get to it. I think you got it then.
Yeah, oops. Okay.
Oh, really? What college, Dave? Which one is it called? Because there is a college here in High Point.
High Point University.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? I can't remember the other one.
Forest Wake.
Wake Forest.
Wake Forest, yeah.
Yeah.
Wake Forest. There's another one. I'll just a couple of them. Hey, sure, you need to make this happen. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that close. I have a lot of PTO coming up. They just changed their PTO policy at work, so they can miss a lot of PTO. Yeah, Wake Forest. Yeah, Wake Forest. Wake Forest is toward Raleigh, so it's probably like about from here to High Point to Wake Forest is probably about 100 miles, I think. 110. Going forward, I forgot to mention a comment on the quick build last time. Not to use tight bond wood glue. I won't be transparent after drying. Use wood glue that dries out transparent. Is that for the racetrack scenic stuff? Can you build that stuff? Belmont Abbey. Okay, Belmont Abbey College. Let's see where Belmont Abbey is at. Belmont Abbey College. Belmont, North Carolina. Belmont, look it up. Change the time. No, it's only 80 miles from me, so it's over by Charlotte. Outside of Charlotte, Dave. I know where that's at now. Yeah, Dave, you come visit here. We go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. What time is it over where you're at, George? Tony Tibbs slot escape. It is currently 1:32 p.m. here in North Carolina.
That's all I got done in a half an hour. Good God.
Oh, that's all right. Take your time, man.
Yeah, no. Like I
It's not
said.
a rushing thing.
Oh, no. Yeah, I believe it or not, I think I did better my first time soldering than today. But
Iron is a little different. Let me check it out real quick. So here, let me sit down real quick. Let's see. I'll show you something real fast. Just so you can do next time. Because that's really not bad. That could be fixed easily. It doesn't look terrible. There you go. Let me see. So, let's do this. I see what you did here. I think what you're probably doing a little bit too much, Frank, is maybe using too much solder. Okay. I know you kind of get the feeling that you have to put a lot so it'll stay. But and again, my iron has been acting up, so I can't say it's.
There's probably not enough patience in waiting for it to flow.
Yeah, that's the whole key. See how I hold it here? See how long I'm holding it? Yeah. And see how everything is moving now?
Right.
That's the deal. You have to
give it the time.
Yeah, if you don't, then it's just going to clump like that. You know, the solder's starting to, there's a lot of solder on there. Well, that's okay. I mean, see that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gee, that's what you have to do.
Okay.
And you can hold it on there. Don't be afraid to hold it on there. And you just have a lot of solder, but that's okay. That's no big deal. See that? See the difference?
Yep.
So do that. Put some flux and just do exactly what I just hold it in there and let it melt.
Okay.
Hopefully the bushing won't pop out. Don't push against the bushing because this one's kind of narrow here.
Yeah, I should have pushed it through just a little more.
See, even now it's still flowing. See that? You can just put it on there a little bit, like back here. You could even do it from back here. See how I do it from back here?
Right.
And you see how it's kind of coming through?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And this is kind of like everybody does this. I even did this the first time. Why is it in soldering it? It's like you get impatient. You have to really heat all this brass up. See, now the bracket moved a little. So this way you could, Just allow it to flow. And you won't need that much. So when you put it on, you only need like about that much, and then you just hold it on there. Once you hold it on there, that flux is what's going to allow it to travel around the tube. And then if you miss a little, just get a tiny bit and more flux and just add a little heat. And you got to wait. See that pretty much cleaned it up. See?
Okay.
It doesn't look bad. It looks fine. I don't see no big deal with it.
Well, it don't go anyplace. That's the
no, it'll stay. Don't trust me. You got enough on there. It'll stay for a while. Not going to go anywhere. And then if you don't see it flowing, then you just add some flux, and it'll help it to flow better. And then this is going to melt and flow. I think it was you had more patience in the beginning. You just kind of don't have too much patience right now. You just let it melt. So the iron's working okay. I thought maybe the iron was screwing out.
I guess it was probably me with the.
I need to order another tip though. I got to order another tip. As a matter of fact, I'll order a tip over here. See, the bushing just moved. This is why you really want to pin these. I thought you pinned these.
Oh, the bushings have to get pinned too.
Yeah, because then see, it'll move. See how that moves like that?
Yeah.
So you want to put a pin. This is all getting cleaned up.
Okay, well, learn by mistake.
No, that's all right. That's what it's all about. And you put a pin here, because if that got pushed out because I was just heating the crap out of it. And right there. Just heat up. It just takes a little patience, and then you see it flow. Once you see that moving around, then you know you got it. There you go. That looks better. See, that looks a lot better. No problem. See how it looks now?
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. That looks good. That's fine. That's not going anywhere. I guarantee that. That is definitely not going anywhere. So I'll let you retake over.
All right.
So you go ahead and start with your other stuff.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about pinning the bushings because they're already on there. You just start with the rails now.
Now. Okay, so.
Yeah, Dave, it is up all pretty far. It's just he's not letting it. It's not letting it sit there long enough so it'll melt it. But it's working fine. Right now this is 340 Celsius, so that's what, 1,000 degrees? I'm not good at Celsius. Oh, help me out here, because Germans use Celsius. We don't in the United States. Celsius, let me look at it. CS, 2 degrees. Fahrenheit, actually. Right now it's at 644 degrees. I can turn it up.
I think that's what they said was the optimum.
Yeah, so we're at 380. Let me go 380. Sometimes I only get super hot, but so 380 will be 716. So we're not 716 degrees there, Dave, but right now it's 716, 380 Celsius. Because I have a Celsius type iron. And I don't know if you could switch it to Fahrenheit on my thing, because it's one they use to make. Yeah, you set yours at 750 petty brass. Yeah. I've always used it lower, at least at that temperature. I've used it. I never had success with it. I usually heat it up, heat the whole stuff up.
What am I doing wrong here? Oh, God.
I've turned it up, so it should be a little bit quicker. Let me go a little bit forward here. We'll go 400. So we're at 400 Celsius. That's should be about 750. Maybe 750. 752. All right, then. So we're good. Try that out. What's up, Car Wild Man? Trying to work it out. It's a little pain in the ass to dig out.
That's also very warm from
the heat.
The amount of
Just repin everything. And in your motor bracket. To cool
Yeah.
off. Thank you, Slucker Wildman, for saying that. Hit the like. Watching, cool. Yeah, Dave, Belmont's outside of Charlotte, so it's about 78 miles from High Point here. So yeah, she'll be close. You can come visit too when you come visit her. South of High Point. So basically, Charlotte's like not far from the South Carolina border. State line. State border. State line. Here. Well, it'd be nice to know there's someone we know close to her. He's kind of around the other side of the country. Yeah, well, pretty much that area right there, you shouldn't really have a problem. I mean, there's bad areas in Charlotte, but I think Belmont, that town's a college town. It's like here in High Point. It's a college town, so there's, it's not, High Point's has bad areas, but we're in a good area, so she'll be fine in that area too. It's a real pretty town. Looks like from what I was reading, looking at the pictures and reading up on it a little bit.
Where did I go wrong here?
You want the rails sticking out a little?
Yeah, I don't know.
You can always cut those frames. It's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. Well, it also too, I'm thinking of trying to run a bumper in the back, so yeah, it'll have to be cut off.
You should be able to run a bumper back.
Yeah.
You put it through with wire on the back.
Yeah. All
Square.
right. Well, we'll just
Should be all right.
plod along here. Are you going up against that motor bracket? It looks like there's a gap there. Or am I seeing things? No, I'm looking at it from the screen here. Yeah, no, there is a bit.
Yeah, that camera's pretty good.
There we
Gets a
go.
good-
Yep.
Get a good view of your hat there. That was pretty good. Yeah, there you go now. Okay, so that's good. You need the caliper to measure in between there?
Yeah, I think we're gonna
Okay.
need to.
Let me get the caliper out. I got it right here.
My eyeballs are not.
Well, some of mine are terrible too. Also not. There you go.
Okay.
It's in millimeters. You
It's
can
in
switch it to
millimeters.
inches
All
if
right.
you want. It's up to you.
Oh, got a little.
Right back.
Okay. Not well.
What's going on? Keep it on there though.
Yeah, it's not flowing well.
Then put your flux on there and just hold it on there. Don't move it. Leave it on there for like 30 seconds.
Right.
Leave it on there. Don't move it.
Yep.
Keep it on there. Hold it. Keep holding. Holding till you see it like move.
It looks
Keep it
like
on there. Don't move. Hold it. Keep it on there another 40 seconds.
I can move it now.
Yeah, go ahead and let it off. You remove it. How's it look?
It looks good there. I just got this blob right here that
That's okay.
needs.
Put the iron on it and you can get rid of the blob.
Yeah.
That's no big deal. You just put the iron on it and eliminate it. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, for some reason I think the first build went easier than this one.
Sometimes others are more challenging than it's no big deal. You just gotta get used to it. I know the tip was a little different, but that tip should be working fine. How's it look?
Yeah, it got to the front. Got to the back a little bit, I
Let me
think.
see. I think this side here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what you're saying. So, if you're having problems too, we can tin it a little. It's a tinner. Yeah, you did get to the back though. You could see you did.
Yeah, it went to the back. I don't know how
Yeah.
it did on the bottom. But
On the bottom, you should be good. If you got to the back there, you definitely got to the bottom. You can see.
okay. Oh yeah, much nicer.
Just gotta hold it on there. So here on the next one, so you get the other one, right? So grab a little flux, put it on there. Once you get it lined up.
Yeah, it looks
Flatten
like
on it.
it's.
It's flat.
No, I don't think it doesn't. It's got a bit of a gap. Maybe I think perhaps the solder on the bottom of the.
We'll heat it up and see if it'll flatten it down. I think there's some stuff on there.
It's a little bit of a gap.
Here you go. Let's do this then. Let me see the solder here. You got it on there. So use this much. Do this much here. So doesn't look like a lot. That should be enough. And the tip
Okay.
that it's on, go ahead and put it on her and hold it. Watch it. Just hold it on there. Don't move it. Just leave it on there.
Yep.
Holding it until it's starting to smoke real good. Hold it. Keep holding it. Keep going. See in the back there how it's coming out?
Yeah. Okay.
See how you hold it?
Right,
See, that's
yep.
not that much solder either.
Yeah.
Okay, hold it, keep holding it, and it looks like it's all the way to the back. Let it go now.
Okay, so I could draw it
Yeah,
forward
draw
to
it
the
back.
front.
Yeah, you can draw
I
it
mean,
back.
to the.
Yep.
Oh,
How's that look so far?
almost like I have a gap there, but it's.
Let's see.
There's it.
Yeah. That's actually really good. Did you see what I mean? How much solder you use?
Yeah.
I mean, you can put more if you want, if you feel like you want to put a little bit more, but that didn't take much, and it went all the way to the back.
Oh yeah, and the
So that
bottom.
means it's penetrated the
Yeah.
bottom too, because you've heated the whole piece. Oh, that looks good.
All right. Oh, Jesus, but I'm off. I don't think these are.
Or remember, you have your body, so if you want to place your body and get an idea, you know what I mean, where your front's going to be, you could do that.
All right.
How your front would be maybe there. Depending how the car looks, I don't know. You don't have the model box, so it's kind of just the model art of it. And then you can go off this too. You have your.
Yeah, let's see. We go. I could just leave the chassis of the frame next to it, and
Yeah.
then
Kind of get an idea where you want to put the fronts. You want to mark it too, because you can mark it.
yeah, we'll just that should do it.
Yep.
I think. But I don't think I have my. I don't think I had the rails. Yeah, the rails are long on one side and short on the other. Oh well. I just have to measure and cut. Oh, like I said, for some reason the head is just not into it today.
No, that's all right. I mean, we could stop if you want and come back.
Let me,
But sometimes you have to do that.
it's annoying.
You could put the it's one of the guys' suggestion. You can put the accents in there if you want to help position your body. If you want to look what it looks like as well.
Okay, well, they're the same distance apart.
you want to put a little oil in it, you can.
Yeah, if you wanna. This oil, which one's the oil?
Here, I'll show you right here. It's over here, actually. That's like tire lube or tire treatment and stuff. I'm gonna get slip it through and work it through.
There we go. Yeah. Still stiff.
The guys is asking, let's see. Breeze bow, yeah, that tube will be cut because we leave it on
There we
there.
go.
We're slipping the axle through. That tube will be cut later on, and then the crown gear will, obviously go in there. So Tony Tibbs recommended that you do just that to position your body frames. So
Yep.
Good idea, Tony. Thank you, sir. Figuring out where his wheelbase is at. Well, no worries. Suggestions are always welcome. We're not,
Yeah, I am not a pro at this. So.
we're just going about and moving along.
Okay. All right. So. That's where the axle's going to go, I guess.
Tony Tibbs. What model kit is this?
AMT 32 Ford
There you go, Tony. AMT 32 Ford.
from.
It's an old kit from what year?
Well, this is a reissue from the 80s, but the kit was first issued in 1960.
Yikes! Wow, 1960.
So,
So it's been around a long time.
yeah, it's an antique, almost 7 years younger than me. All right. So I just need a straight edge, I guess, right?
It is 124 scale. 125th.
125th,
scale.
yeah.
I'll send you a link to Hot Rod Home Racing World, where the kit shows what kit it is. You guys haven't joined Home Racing World, I suggest you do it. A lot of good forum information on there and archived videos and everything. A ton of stuff. That's the Frank's model right there. You click that, it'll show you the model that he's building.
Yeah, well, that's the original box.
Yeah, the original box.
That's the original box, but it hasn't changed much from 1960 until today, except that they deleted a few things. When you look at the pictures, you'll see black fenders and a black hood. Those were from the original issue, and they've since been discontinued from the reissues. And the reissues don't have the moon discs in them anymore. But they're in the moon discs wound up in one of the AMT 40 Fords, so you can always rob them from there if you needed to. Where would you have a straight edge, George?
Let me see. Look up. This is pretty. This is pretty.
Pretty straight. No, on and off.
All right. I got the Monogram ZZ Top Ford Hot Rod Kit from the Afterburner album, still unbuilt yet and fresh in the box as it came years ago. Yeah, that is a nice one. The ZZ Top Ford is a cool one. It's like one of the iconic ones. Yep, the box art is cool. If you see it, that box art's pretty. They don't do that anymore. Not too much. Not too much.
Yeah, box art made you want to build it. Okay, well, I think we got. All right, so now we're going to use this tube for this axle. Okay. Yeah. All right, now should I put the axle in first or the guide?
Well, I think you could do them both at the same time. You want to just make sure that it doesn't, interfere with anything when the guide is on there.
Guide will fit in there.
Yeah, just slip in. It should slip in there.
Yeah, it'll slip in once the axle's in, I guess.
Yeah, if that's where you want to put the axle, but I don't know how the height will be. We'll have to see. Yeah, it should be good right there.
It looks pretty close.
You want the axle at though? Same as the rear, right?
Yeah, I guess same as the rear because the tires maybe like big and littles on the rear.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess that's. I guess the thing I screwed up was not getting the length of the rails right when I did the rails. So
well, you can always cut that. So the
right.
back's a little bit longer there.
Yeah.
But the fronts are even, right?
Fronts are off too.
Are they?
Yeah.
So then we could cut it a little. That's okay.
Yeah.
A little cut correction is not a
Yeah.
big deal. It's, you know,
Better, like everybody says, better to be on the plus side than.
and then the negative. So
All right.
that's all right. We
So-
can cut those. We'll just cut those afterward. That's easy to cut off. Just chop, chop, snip, snip, and we're done. Yeah, I bet they do it at a high price for that kit. That really top kit's expensive.
The prices of models are crazy.
Yeah, they are.
At least Hobby Lobby's 40 off on models this week.
Yeah, so can't afford me right now. I can't hold on.
I'm here.
So expensive.
Slot Car Corner's been getting all my
Now I think it'll only be-
mad money lately. Wow.
Going there, right?
I think that one looked pretty good.
There we go. See, you're getting the hang of it. All it is
Yeah.
is keep the iron on there. The top fan, yeah. Don't lift it up like that.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you lose the heat. Keep it on there. As long as it's melting on there, it gets you know. Because if you do too much heat, it may move the other solder.
Right.
Oh, it's good.
Looks like it flowed.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah. All right, looking good.
Okay. Oh.
So your front axle's on.
The front axle looks like it's in. I guess I probably should have put this in first. But
Well, maybe you could tack it in there and then.
Oh, yeah, probably should have put that in first because of the
Well, you could always cut those.
placement of the guide. See, what I was trying to do was to make sure I'd have enough room.
Go ahead and
Oh,
go back a
no.
little. You can go back a little if you want. On the guide plate.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Like I said, I wanted to try to get the body. And let me just see.
Yeah, it looks good with the body on this thing. Yeah, it's starting to look like a chassis or a cargo. I agree.
Okay. Now, you're watching what I'm doing, all right, George? So,
Oh. I see you trying to position where your grill would be.
yeah, trying to position where the.
That'd be good right there, Frank. In that spot. Because you're using the commercial guide.
That's the only ones I have.
Well, that's the tongue we've selected for.
Yeah.
So I'd say
Come on. That should be enough.
let's see, it'd be about there, wouldn't it? Oops. Kind of tough to do that. Let me squeeze down on that.
That's angle forward.
There should be enough room right there because you could use the wires. So let me see. Let me see your guide you have. You have this guide. So yeah, we can make it work. I'm sure it'll be all right. If you want, we could move it up a little bit more. Let's move it up a teeny bit. About there. Let's say about there.
Okay.
I'll give you at least a good more body. And then these could be chopped off because your flag is going to move. You want it to
Right.
move freely, and then these could be cut off. And that'd be fine.
I
I think right there will be good. And then what I would do is pin it back here so it doesn't move back. And then try and give it even gaps on each side of that since there's a teeny gap, which is no big deal, but make sure they're kind of evened out. And then you just place your solder on there.
pretty even.
Are you a bitch from Soccer Corner, George? Sorry if you're against it. No, I haven't answered it. Yes, everything that is on there is from Soccer Corner. Those long tongue guides, I'll show you them on camera. I got a shitload of them. There's long, and then there's the narrow ones. See the ones here? Sorry.
It's all right.
These are the long ones, and these are the narrow ones. So, yeah. They're all from Slot Car Corner. All the stuff used for scratch building, I would go to Slot Car Corner. That's your best place to go
Plus,
for
there's,
scratch building, period.
plus there's all the links on Home Racing World.
Yeah, on the hot rod build, the proxy for Home Racing World, all that's on there, all the links for what parts you need. So it's not a big deal. You can do that.
Whether you're building the hot rod or the
Or
sportsman.
something sportsman or anything else. Let's see what we get here. That looks pretty good. I think you're right. This is where you really got to hold it on there.
Yeah.
That's
Of the length involved.
just tack one side and then do the other, and this way you there you go. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and hold it. And then let off it. There you go. Let up. Now do the other side. So this way the other side won't
Right.
move. I do, one on one side, then you just wait.
Then-
Heat up
then-
one side completely and draw it down. Because it may move if you try and heat up one side or trying to solder one side. At least you got one holding one spot, so it doesn't move around on you. Oh, looks good. This looks good too. Wow, look at that. That's nice and easy.
Yeah, still needs to.
It's nice.
Yeah, once I get the.
I think you polish that and then clean it up a little, it should drop right through really easy.
The gap moved.
Okay. Let's see. Look at you. Don't worry about burning up the brush.
Okay.
I got several of them if it burns up when you're doing it. There you go. Yeah. And if you need to fill in a little more, you can. Put a little bit more solder. That's good. Well, good.
Well, it's tacked, but
Oh, really? You're in London? You're in UK? I didn't know that. Wow. Yeah. It's good to have a good amount of stash for pieces like that. What are the advantages of metal versus 3D printed plastic? Well, I wouldn't say I'd say maybe 3D is lighter, 3D printing because it's plastic. Brass with another advantage, it has its own weight, so I mean you don't have to add too much weight to it. I mean there's advantages and disadvantages, I would say. CB, if that's how you say that right, sorry. It's CDR, CB. It's just up to the person who's building what they prefer. For wood track, for what I have an oval and what I'm going at, I mean, brass is fine. You could also use piano wire. Piano wire will flex more, which I have a lot of piano wire. I've been stuck on piano wire, and I've done some piano wire chassis. But I would say 3D printing is the advantage of that is that the chassis would be lighter compared to brass. Brass being heavier, obviously, because it's the metal. But I mean, it's up to what your end goal is and what you're building, and what works for you. That's how I look at it. Whatever works for you. If you're good at 3D printing and you like 3D printing instead of building metal chassis, then I would go with doing 3D printing because that's what what you prefer. It's all preference there, my friend. It's all up to you what you want to do. There's so many aspects of stock car chassis building. You can do a lot of stuff, especially now with 3D printing. That's awesome to have 3D printing. If you know how to do that real well, man, hats off to you because that's something that would take me a lot of time to get into. Brass is more fun in my eyes. It's about exactly what you're doing now, which the skill master. Yeah, it's more of a lost art. Nobody does it anymore. Brass scratch building. That's why a lot of people, if you look at my channel, there's not many views for brass scratch building. Some people are dedicated to it, and some they look at it as the first obstacle they look at is, well, I don't know how to solder. That's the first thing that I hear a lot from people. Well, I really don't know how to solder. I don't, how would I do it? That's the big. It's kind of intimidating. Some people find soldering intimidating. It just takes a little time and practice. So a lot of it is people don't really brass chassis build because it takes a little bit of more time and involvement. Not saying that 3D printing doesn't, because also you're talking about going on a computer. And you got to look at the age group. You got older guys that really don't really want to touch a computer, whereas you have some of the younger guys that do, and then you have younger guys that would rather 3D print instead of build a chassis. So it's just
Vicious circle.
Exactly. It's just whatever someone prefers to do. As long as you build a great slot car and it runs great, what does it matter if it's 3D printed or brass? As long as you're happy with it, it's your own creation. So hope that answers that question. Here's your page and then the channel will be coded. Oh, well, I'm sure everybody will, Tony. Harry's always got something cooking up. You know right there, Frank?
Yeah, I think so.
That's soldering where the way you want it to. Yeah, you're doing all right. Yeah, that's good. That's flowing in there nicely.
Like I said, I think the first build went a little easier. But
I think my iron tip. I need to get the other. Another thing. Order that now. Because I got the old one here. I was meant to order it this week and I did it. So I had to scramble to find one. Let's see. This is a dog. Mitzi, stop.
Like, just doing my job, Dad.
You're making too much noise. You're a pain in the butt. T12D4. Amazon to the rescue. Let's see. Tip. T11. Rescue 4.
Frustrating.
Oh God, are you kidding me? Oh, these are Hako tips. Oh,
Yeah, I think part of the problem, one is me, and two is working with the angle tip instead of the that flat tip that we did the last time.
Right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's trying to get the angle right to get the most heat.
Well, at least it's getting you to work with it a little bit better.
Yeah, no, it's
Like I said, I should have ordered another one. I forgot. I just kind of have that one in the backup. And that's my fault.
no, it's all right. It's just I haven't adapted to it. That's the
Found it. All right, I got two on the way. Come on. 1350. That's better. Oh wow. Okay. Should be good.
well,
I'm not looking.
yeah, not the prettiest, but
Not bad.
it's in there.
Here, let's see something real quick. Let me take a look at some real
All right.
quick. Let's see. Give you a break. Mitzi, what are you doing, man? Oh, this chair went.
Ooh. There goes your glasses.
Yeah, it's nothing but a chair. Jeez. Can't shoot away. Come on, outside. Stretch away there. Let's see. Come on, Mitzi, out.
Hold on. Sit. Okay, yeah. Happy dog. Stay there. Good girls.
Go for it right there in the hallway.
Stay there.
All right, go. That's better. That's better. This looks good here. All right, that'll work. That'll work. Grab it away. All right.
Cleaning up my messes.
I just kind of put more heat on it. See.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Should've put
I think it's the angle of the tip that's got me.
Yeah, it's got you a
That
little
we
bit.
screwed
And
up.
again, I'll get it another tip, so it'll won't be a problem next time because that tip is a little tough to use. Okay, now you got your other axle. Let's try it out with the wheel. See what it looks
Yeah,
like.
it's the
This
other
one.
axle.
So cool. So take it off. See everything penetrated through. See,
Yeah. Okay.
so you're good. So what you can do now is let's move this over here. Or the wheels. Just the wheels. Which are the bigger ones? Or they're both the same size. aren't
We got smalls and they're one's 30.9 and one's 30.4, so there's not much of a difference.
they? Well, it's hard to tell. So we'll get our good old. So this is 3.22. This is bigger. No. Yeah, 30.84. It's smaller. It's bigger. Okay. So we'll do this.
Those are the rears.
We'll do this. Okay. Because we'll know this is rear. Because you're covering those anyway. That's what
Right.
I'm marking like. So these are rears. They were marked black. So these are going to go back here. We just want to see what it looks like with the wheels on. Where you're at. Maybe put the body on and simulate it. There's these. These. So obviously we're going to have to space these out.
Right. Yeah, that's why.
That's what you mean.
That's why I got that. Once I forgot to bring the small 1/8 inch spaces I had.
There you go. That guy's gonna be real high though.
What's that?
The guy's gonna be real high. But I could be wrong. Where's your guide? Oh boy. And then we have to cut the wheels down. Do this. Yep. Well, with some braid, yeah, that's gonna be pretty tall. I wonder, actually, these. Looks a little bigger than the other. I think we got these wheels mixed up. It's small.
You had it right. Screwed up with the chassis, and it's not. The chassis is not 100% square.
Well, I mean, that's not a big deal. Kind of cantered a little. These look the same size. He measured well. Well, we got to true them too. Yeah, I think that was it. Maybe one.
Well, it was about.
See, look, because they're not teetering anymore.
Yeah.
They had a different sized wheel. But the problem is we're having here is that we need to drop this down. So we mean had to put some blocks. Take this axle off
Okay.
and put a block here so we could drop. See how high this is?
Yeah.
That's too high. Even if you put braid, that's barely holding it on. So plus it's got that pitched up look. You want to have a little bit of a rake, don't you?
Yeah, I wanted to try to have. That's why I want big and littles on the tires.
Yeah, but we could still put a rake on it. That's not a big deal.
So how do we go about being able to lower the?
We'll have to unsolder this tube,
Okay.
which is not a big deal. We'll just unsolder it. Let's leave these. These as the front because this actually, I marked one of those. This is the rear. Put them over here, out of the way. By the chassis being flat, somewhat. It's because this is a little bit lower. You can see that. That's not a big deal. We could fix
Oh, the
that.
solder.
Yeah, you can fix that. So at least we know where we're at. Like I said, these little minute changes are pretty easy to get by. I just got to put this back where it was. Trying to remember where everything was. I think this is how you had it. Okay. So, so I want to unsolder this. Where is your door? Oops. These pins out for a minute.
How's it cut?
Not a big deal. We can unsolder this. That one's like released. The next one. There we go. Do it again here. There you go. Bink. Don't touch that, Todd.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll smooth this out here. It's already pre-tinned, so that's good. And then we'll reposition our axle. And what we want to do is heat this up. Since this is sticking out a little, we got to heat this all up. That's what's not a big deal about this stuff. You could reposition it. You just have to heat it up. That moved it enough, but let's see. Rain? You're kidding me. Let's see. Yep. See, we moved it.
You moved it up.
Yeah, it's flush now.
Move it up the rails a bit.
No, it's somewhat better. It'll be fine. Like some of this is here we have the motor too, so the motor's kind of protruding. I think we're okay there though. I think it's gonna be an issue. So let's put it back. Okay. Other thing too is you could you could heat this up. Usually when you have like little issues like this, you could also heat this up like right here, and then push down on their rails to make sure they're, if you feel like they're high. They don't look high here. I mean, they look good actually. Looking at it on here, no, that's fine. I won't even bother. That looks good. I think the motor's, this thing's kind of sticking down a little. It's probably making it look crooked, but it's not. So, well, it's really weird.
I guess
See this right here? How this is kind of closer here than here. Just like this shifted the bracket. So when I look at it, let's see the bottom. Let's see. So here it's closer here. See, it's closer here. So like this bracket, it's like cantered a little. So why is it cantered? It should be. That's what's weird. It shouldn't be that way. So what we can do is we can heat this side up. Let me move the axle out of the way. Heat this side up.
Give it an attitude adjustment.
Yeah, and that's what's nice about brass. It's not like it's all lost and it's set in stone. You could screw around with this. It's gonna need flux. And just kind of move things around. You got to add a lot of heat to it to get it to move. Which is, again, it's not a big deal. It's just playing around with position. I'll move this. Sometimes you'll hear it pop too.
Mhm.
You know it's going back into spots.
Heard
Here's
something.
a little creak there. See, it just popped right there. So when you soldered it, there it goes.
Something moved.
Something wasn't where it should be. So we'll leave that there, and we'll do the same to the other side. Ah, good. Okay. And we'll go on this side. See, all this shit is learning process. I've done these
Yeah.
mistakes where I solder it, and you see it, and you're like, there's something right here. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it just moved right there. So, see, oh, it's better.
Mm-hmm.
See, now it's more where it should be because it was cockeyed like this. I think we're in a good shape there, Frank. Now, of course. It's like this needs to still move a little bit more. Still looks better. Yeah, that's a little better. That's more what it should be. Hands on. That's all right. It's just a little hair, but I think we'll be okay. That's fine.
Well, that would affect where the pinions meet the crown, then, correct?
Yeah, because it would be kind of like
Yeah,
cockeyed like
cockeyed.
this. I think one of the guys mentioned that also. He was kind of observing that, but I didn't see because I wasn't in front of it. But now I see what he was talking about. The thing is, when you solder these rails, you got to make sure that you have it, squared out because it will move when you put an iron on it. It may shift. That's why sometimes I'll use this sometimes to hold it down.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of put pressure to make sure it's flush on this. They're pretty flush here. You can see it right there. They're flush.
Yeah, that's why I looked at it from the back and it looked like it was.
I think we'll be okay. I mean, it's not gonna affect anything. Yeah, it is better than what it was. That looks a lot straighter. All right, so now for your front axle, you want to make it a little higher. So it was too low there. So I have the piece of strip brass here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I see.
You know what I mean? To adjust the height. Like you could do that. Well, I won't do that. That's too short. There's this piece, which will lift it up. Let me see if I can.
I have a piece.
Get in there. I have a piece here we could use, Frank.
Oh, okay. Well, I had some more 8152 here.
No,
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
use
use
this
that.
rectangle one. Let me get a. Let me cut this down a little bit. Let me get the little pliers. I'll hold on to these because it's gonna get hot when I do. I'm gonna use the speedy one. Junk. I even have them. There we go. Use the speedy one here. That battery one, it'll do it, but then it takes time. This thing will saw through it so fast. It's really making big decisions. Do me a favor, turn that on for me. It's right here. No, the little,
no.
yeah. Turn it on for me. There's a little right there.
Right here?
Yeah. Oh, I don't have it plugged in. I thought I had it plugged in. Sorry, Greg. You gotta plug it in. Shit.
Alright.
Cut this piece. Yeah, look at the comments here. Yeah, it's correctable, sir. I don't think the motor bracket's bent, Tony. It just wasn't just the wrong position it was in. All right, and spin it on. That's perfect. Go ahead and turn it off. Thank you. Oh, that should be fine. That's probably a little hot. As usual. Yeah. Oh, is this yours? that's not here.
No, what that was too.
Can't remember. So what? Kind of hot. Not really. All right. So we could go ahead and you solder that piece and solder this on top.
Okay.
So this is let's clean this up a little. Make sure it's clean. So for the all right. Okay, so again, position your axle. You can solder this piece on here. Make sure it's straight, obviously, and then put this on top, and that should give us the rake that we need. I think that should be enough.
I was just out of the rectangular piece on first.
Yeah, and then put this on top, and then position your.
Right.
Yeah, so this should be good. Oh boy. Frank, you know that motor bracket, because it got me thinking what somebody said. Is there any way you may have like dropped that or kind of?
No, not that I can think of.
No. We'll just go with it. Just try that out. Put your front axle on. Because we could always put another motor bracket. That's going to be a problem.
All right. Let's see. That should do it. Okay. So I gotta. Okay, so that was the axle. Okay, now all right, what's your recommendation now for keeping this?
Put the pins on the end of the tube on the outside of the chassis. There you go. See, like, really got straight cutting. You know, on the end, on the front to back.
Front to back.
Yeah, like you did in the other one because they're sticking.
I
out.
got you,
That's the way
right.
do it.
Okay. Well, still a little warm. No, I can't tell if that's.
You can do this also, Frank, if you want. Put the axle in there, and you could do it with the axle. You know what I mean? Throw your axle in there. That's with the wheels over there on the right, on your right.
Oh.
Those are the front wheels because you're having a hard time. You put your axle through there. And you can pin it from the ends of the axle if you want to do that. If that's moving around too much. See what I'm saying? Maybe easier to hold it in place since it's. There you go. Front to back. I mean that too. You can do that also.
Yeah.
You can do front to back also.
Little cockeyed. I don't know. How's that look to you?
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see here. Looks a little crooked.
Yeah, I just don't have an eye for certain things, and that's
Well, this piece looks a little crooked. That's why. Even already mounted. That's what's throwing you off. So we'll do this. So it may look.
yeah. You want to sit here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Here, you can sit right over here.
Oh.
Oh. All right. Let's take a look. So better. Yeah.
We could. I measure with the calipers. See if we're in the ballpark. Or...
Yeah. Usually, what you'll do is, if you're not sure of your wheelbase, I always do this to check it. Is go from point to point, from here to here, like this, and compare here. It's off a little. Like that. Lock this 106.91. So that's off a little. It needs to come forward just a tiny bit. This comes really tough. Needs to go a little bit more. Oh, yes. That looks crooked. Go forward more. Let's see if I can do this. Hold it right here. Solder it in place real quick. Yeah, we'll definitely have to. I think get those other iron tips tomorrow. That tip is really kind of getting tough to work with. I'm gonna see why you're having.
Yeah, I guess working with the flat tip the time before.
Yeah, it's easier. I'm just sorry about that. That's on me for not getting
distributing the heat better.
That's pretty good right there. So the capstone. Let's look at me.
As I was just getting the angle, Yeah.
Yeah.
The flat tip was just much easier to keep parallel.
Let's see. Pain in the ass, but that's what it is to build chassis. Sometimes I've had some difficult ones. Like, why is this not doing what I want it to do? Because right is about it. Ouch. Okay, yeah, this tip is. Let's see what is pain in the ass. This part. Right. I think.
Pretty close.
Yeah, just a hair off, but it's not like
Not
ridiculous or anything.
Well, I'm sure too when I run that drill through the. Every little more, pick up a little bit of clearance.
Yeah, definitely. Let me get the rest of this here.
Yeah.
Kind of worked in. This tip is just not really the greatest, but.
Oh, you're a better solderer. I mean, all the soldering you've done.
There he goes.
Oh, that's pretty.
All right, that's right there. It's enough to the other side, so take these off. Yikes. Yikes. Hot! A little bit hot. Yeah. It's really weird. I don't like how that looks.
I guess I should have triple checked, making sure everything was square.
It's okay. On the next one, it just takes the practice and just experience. Cool off, damn it. Yeah, that's better now. That looks a lot better to me. All right. Like, so shifted this more. So it looks like it was a little bit too, that bugs me. I was like, I don't like that. So that is right there. Okay, we're good. All right. So we could. That's very hot still. A lot of heat on that sucker. Oh, so damn hot that I freaking soldered this onto it.
What's it?
The pin.
Oh,
Come on up, pin. There you go. Damn bastard. Still going there pretty good. So
this is big. We got a rolling chassis.
yeah. We'll cut these down. Let's see what it looks like with them. With the wheels now. It's got the
Touching it, dude.
Why is that thing being stubborn? It's not even down, but it looks like it is. Maybe it was. Guess it was here. It's a little better. It's got that. Now it's got that rake. See?
Okay.
And I think we'll be okay with the guide. Yeah. See?
A little bit of shimming, but not much.
Not much. But see, it's
Then you've got
the rake that we
it
want.
still has the
Plus, we still have to true them. So
true them, and then there's no braid on the.
yeah, let me do that.
I got a braid.
Let me see. I have a guide for building. Tools. I think I have one. Got one with braid. Check the braid. The chassis feels pretty good. It's not.
Yeah, like I said, I should have triple checked some of the stuff.
See, like this, you're gonna need. You're gonna need these long ass shims. See, you get these from Slot Car Corner. These are 1/8 shims. They're plastic. I could get this stupid thing out. See these right here. Can't get the damn thing out.
Oh yeah, I have them at home.
Okay.
Yeah, I was figuring on using the shims to set my wheel width, and then I was going to cut the.
Here, you put your braid on. Oh.
Yeah, I was going to cut the. Once I figured out how wide they had to be, then I was going to cut them and make those my spaces, and then
some of those because you cut that. You want it that short. That's actually almost where you want it. Not exactly, but you'll have to.
That's what I figured. We can just get the roller. I can take everything home and make some adjustments to the body and the set the axle width, cut those.
Yeah, here's the body. Pretty cool. Oh, you know what, Frank?
What?
Shit. This is too far over this way.
What is?
Axle. You can look at that and see. We'll have to cut it. See? That's no big deal. We could cut it right now. See how it's too much sticking out here and here?
Yeah.
We didn't, I didn't anticipate that. That's my fault. So what we could do is we could, we'll cut it real quick. That ain't take long to do to fix. That's a quick fix. So get my. Well, don't turn it on yet.
Okay, just let me know when.
Let me mark what we're gonna cut off here first. So. It's not a big deal, like I said. Always take away.
Yeah. One of Harry's favorite phrases.
Yeah. You can't add, but you can take away. Harryisms. All right, go ahead and turn it on. Let's get it here. Oh, thank you very much. Go ahead and shut it off. Bastard. The wheel broke, of course. Oh, I got these wheels or something. Look at them. Try to need a new one anyway. I got plenty of them right here. Oh, these 230, 420 wheels is what these are. I should get another package of them. Wonderful. Stick these. Hey, Michael. Sorry, I haven't been looking at comments. Trying to figure out a few things here. All right, back in business.
Right.
Yes, sir. Let me turn it off. I think that's better. Okay, that's better. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. Okay, that's better. It's like
Like I said, I got plenty of
spacers.
1/8" axle spaces at home from running all H&R chassis.
Yeah, you should have a lot of
Yeah,
H&R chassis. You got a ton of those. So, oh, gosh darn it. Get it? Sorry. So, that was a little better. It was like way off there. Because you're going to have this like that, right?
Yes.
There you
Maybe even a little higher because I wanted to keep the.
Like right there.
Yeah,
Well, you'll do that.
I have to do it out with the body mounts,
Yeah.
but the if I'm I was going to try to run the front fenders if I could.
Here you go.
The back fenders. And here it is. But
right in the brushes. Yeah, we should be fine. Oh yeah, that's better.
Plus the tires got to get turned down a little bit.
Yeah. So then so the way this is gonna spin here, see, we're
gonna have to cut
we could cut them at an angle. We could do that. You want to do that? That looks good.
well, Thankfully, I have your expertise.
So we could cut this at an angle. You want to do angles?
No, probably straight.
Straight?
'Cause
Okay.
I was thinking of maybe doing a front bumper. I don't know.
Okay, then go ahead. How much you want me to cut down? I'm going to cut down about here, I think.
Well, we're gonna have enough room for the radiator. That's what.
That's going to go right here, though. You'll have enough room for that.
Okay.
That's why we stuck it out a little bit more.
Okay.
We put it out more.
Maybe.
I won't cut them off yet.
Yeah.
Let's do that first. We won't cut them off yet until you get what you want to get, and then when you position it,
Right.
and then we'll chop them off where you want to cut them. So let me take the mock motor out. We don't need the mock up motor.
And we can, I guess, cut the tubes. Cut the tube
I'd probably wait till we get the body
mounted.
mounted, mounts in, because you need to put body mounts on this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to run like tubes for for the wires.
Yeah. Eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to still not do anything yet. But yeah, pretty much the chassis now. Took so long, guys, but that's it.
Yeah. That's.
And then we'll add our bumpers and
I'm
only
sure
thing
the
is,
next soldering
yeah.
job will be a
Don't-
lot easier.
yeah, I'm sure. Don't worry about that. That was crooked.
What's that?
That's no big deal. The way the hold up bar is, the spacer is, it's a little bit, it's fine because this is straight.
The wheelbase is we're square on the wheelbase.
Yeah.
So that's
You should be. Let's check it out. So, should know what. Yeah. See,
yeah.
we're good.
Well, cosmetically,
And it's
as long as it's square. I mean,
see, look, it's
yeah. Now
flat
it's flat again.
because that motor isn't. Also, the motor's kind of, it's kind of good, but it's flat.
Okay.
So you're good. That's popped up a little bit. That's fine. I'm not gonna. That's nothing.
Oh, that's right.
Big deal. It's flat though. You can see it's flat. Except for we'll be good. See?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
All right.
Gets me started. Okay, so
So this is your rear wheels.
well, I can remake them when I get home.
Hmm.
So,
Here's your fronts. Let's get your stuff together and then.
yeah.
Here's your fronts.
Oh,
Where's your box at?
this is chassis stuff. So
All right. So here's your
I don't know if that's
your wheels. And you have your stuff there for your guide, your wires, don't forget that. Your gear. And the actual chassis. I know this stuff is yours.
I don't know if the axle's gonna- I don't know if the axle's gonna fit. Oh, yeah, that fits.
Should fit.
That's that. That's that. That's that.
And don't forget your pins.
Yeah, pins it.
This is
There for now.
Did you just buy these?
No,
didn't
I
you?
got.
Oh, those
Those are the
brad nails.
Those are the brad nails. And those are the.
You can get these from Amazon too if you can't find any on Slot Car Corner. Usually Slot Car Corner has them.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to put another order in with Slot Car Corner next month as soon as my old man's check comes in from the government.
Yeah. That's yours.
Okay, yeah, that goes.
There's your block. You have a box of the body, right?
Yeah. That's
Oh, don't forget this. That's in your guide. I have plenty of these, but
Yeah.
you don't forget that.
Take a second. Do it
No,
the right
that's all
way.
right. Take your time. I'm just gonna organize here. All right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna end the live. It was quite a while. People were still watching. We pretty much got where we needed to go. See you later. Have fun racing.